Hi, Gautam. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Very good morning, you all. Let us wait for a few more minutes so that others can join.
Okay, sir.
Guys, is there any new folks join today?
Hi, this is Archana Gautam from USA.
Hi, Archana. Welcome to Logical Club Labs Technologies. Can you
Thank
please
you.
introduce yourself?
What?
Can you please
Sorry?
introduce yourself? Just your name and what you
Yeah,
are.
my name is Archana Gautam. I'm from USA.
Mhm.
Uh,
You are a working
and
professional?
I work for GE company, production department.
Okay.
Uh, I want to learn manual testing.
Okay.
I don't know anything about this, so I
Sure.
joined this.
Sure. Definitely, Archana. You will be learning definitely complete automation testing by end of this course.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Any
thank
other
you.
advice who joined today? Have unmuted you all guys. If you are not speaking, please mute yourself. And also I have enabled chat option for you all. If you want to chat anything, you can directly chat in the chat box. Okay, let us start. Let me share my screen. Please confirm your side if you are able to see my screen or not. Okay.
Yeah, we are able
Yeah,
to
you
see.
can see.
Okay. Thanks for confirmation. So let us recap, guys. Yesterday, what we have learned basically. So the people who are joined today, just want to give some high level overview about that course content and all. We have already given a course to go through yesterday, and if you want to go through again, you can directly scan here, and I will be sharing these slides after the session again, and you will be find out this QR code for course content and registration as well. And I will be having a WhatsApp link also to join the community so that you will come to know that notification from the Logic Lab Technologies for any updates about the trainings and all. Okay, so these are the helpline numbers, and you can directly reach out to them if you have any concerns or questions regarding the course. And this is the support at logiclabtechnology.com. And this is the email ID. You can directly write an email. Okay. Yeah. So let us just recap for 5 minutes what we have learned yesterday. We have learned about what is manual testing basically and various type of manual testings we have under that, and what is software basically, and how many type of software we have: system software, program software, application software, and a different type of example for each one of them. And we have learned also about product versus project. So what is product and what is project basically, and what are the different type of companies we have: product based company, service based company. What is the difference between these two companies, right? And also we have learned what is software testing, and we'll perform it, and why we perform the software testing, and why do we need testing, we have learned yesterday. So we should have bug-free software, and we should meet the system with customer requirement and end user expectation, and a way to fix that big bugs before identifying them in the expensive way and before going to the production. So these are the concepts we have learned, right? And I think we are ended at software quality. isn't it, guys? Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We were learning about what is software quality. So it just, what is software quality meant by in general definition? It should be a bug-based software. It should not have any issues or errors, and it should meet the client requirement as per the expectations. So if we satisfy all these parameters, we can say that product is quality or software is have the quality, right? So if we think, what are the different factors? How can we justify whether the software is have the quality or not? First of all, as a part of testing, we should be a bug-free, right? We should not have any bugs within the software. It should meet the client requirements or deliverable before delivering the software, right? Bug-free means it should meet the client expectations, and it should meet the client requirements, and it should not throw any errors. Then we will say it's a bug-free. And coming to the delivery on time. For example, there is a X company hand over the project to some Y company with a different type of requirements, and there will be different deadlines for the deliver on time. They will ask them, I need this project, and within the 3 months of time, I want to deliver these deliverables. And the Y company will agree to sign up on that project, and they will do requirement analysis, designing, coding, testing, and maintenance. Everything will be completed and deliver it on time. If it is not so, what happened? The customer agreed for 3 months, and within the 3 months, there are QA team find out few more bugs, and it will take a lot of time to fix again. It will extend for another 1 month. That means 4 months, right? Because we found the bugs, and the delivery team was doing some fixing the bugs, and it will take retesting again. So it will take a lot of time again. So the customer, it will be a burden for customer. Again, they have to pay the price for another extra month, right? In that case, also customer won't consider it because of the bugs, because we have deadlines over there and we have to complete it without any issues. So that's because deliver on time should be also very much important. And it should be within the budget. Once we have agreed upon about all the client requirement, and we should give some budget for each completion of that project. That means we should analysis and how many resource it will take, and how many testing team it will take, and how much time it will take. It will calculate everything, and we should give some budget in order to complete that software project, right? So it should be within the budget, and after signing on, and if you feel that is again extending the budget, also there won't be a quality, right? So if it is extended the budget, and if you want to do it within the timeline, obviously you will do what you will do. On your rush, you will complete it within the 3 months and without any quality. So whenever we have a time, then only we will complete the quality product, right? So that should be within the budget and meet the requirements and expectations. This is one of the most important before delivering the project. It should meet the requirement, first of all. Forget about the bugs and issues or errors, whether it is there or not. First of all, whatever the requirement we have gathered from the product owner or client, whatever it is, we should meet all these requirements accordingly as per their expectations. And it should be maintainable. What it called maintainable means. See, maintainable is nothing but customer should be maintainable on their own after handing over the product. For example, Paytm. So they came across, they want to create a payment system, and they will go for any software company, and they will give complete requirements and specifications, everything. And once the product is ready, developer teams will develop, the testing team will test, and they will give to the product owner back to them. So this project is ready, and we can take this application as per the agreement. Okay, after that, if there are any issues again, what that customer will do? Again, they will come back to our organization, whoever developed that particular project or whoever created that application. It should not be like that. It should not come again and again. It should be maintainable there on their own. They want to enhance something, they can do it on their own. We will be handing over to them, and they should be. If there is any new requirement on the enhancement again, then other companies will come into picture and complete that particular product as per the enhancements. You guys, so far, any questions within these points from anybody?
No, thank you.
Now we have concepts here: error, bug, and failures. So in our testing, so these are the different terminologies that we'll be using during our testing project, right? Error, bug, and failure. So ultimately everything is same, but we have some technical definitions for each one of them. So sometimes if we get any issues or error or bugs, we will call it as any one of the name. We will call it any one name. What is meant by error specifically as per the technical terminology? Anyone have any idea? What do you mean by error? See, error is something like human made a mistake, right? So if you are logging some application, okay, let me show an example. For example, you're logging from Amazon. We will go for sign in page and we will enter some value username, something like this, and continue. There was a problem. This is a kind of a warning message. And if you not enter anything here, what it will show? Enter your email or mobile number to log in, right? So this is just an error which is created by the developer team for a valid inputs to understand to the customer. Okay, this is we call error, and sometimes we can call it as, for example, from development point of view, as you can see, these are the Java errors. We can say null point error, page not found error, exception in thread, main Java long, stack overflow error. This is also one error during the compile time of their code completion before completing the project, right? I'm just giving one example, right? Now, this is the definition basically error. It's an incorrect human action that produces a problem in the system. It is called an error. So if you're not giving any valid input to the application, what will you throw? It will throw an error, which is as per the design, the development team. It may be applicable for any application, it be e-commerce or a mobile application or desktop application. These are errors are created by from the programmer side, and they have to fix it with giving valid input or valid code definition. Okay. Now let's discuss about defect or bug. What is defect? Or we can call it a bug or issue. The defect is nothing but if the deviation between expected behavior to actual behavior, any deviation. For example, in application, there is a user and he is trying to log into the application and he is logging from the from India or some any other country. What it will show that once he is logging in after entering valid username and password. For example, in Amazon, what I can show here we can see so this is Amazon application. I'm trying to login into the username password. I'm entering my mobile number. What is the expected behavior here? I should see my login name has been logged in as hello Madhu, and it should show the India flag here because I have logged in from India and using the India URL. For example, what if say if it is USA or some any Australia country like this in the home page, it is a defect, right? It's a deviation from the expected behavior. Understand, guys? I'm just giving some normal definition on the example, practical example for you to understand. I have logged in with valid username and password from India with my valid username and password, and I should see my username on the home page, and I should see India flag as login. So this is the expected behavior. For example, what if I say if I see from Australia by default or any USA or UK, it is deviating the customer requirement, right? So that is the defect, or we will call it as a bug. Is completely or issue we will say because it is deviating the expected behavior. Here, what is expected behavior? We are trying to log into the India website. So when we say creating any defect, we will clearly mention the same thing. It is deviating the expected behavior from the actual behavior, and we will give the justification as expected behavior. User should see the India flag with the username and password. Sorry, login username. And what is actual behavior? It is trying to navigate to the Australia country or some other USA country, right? That is how we need to log the bugs or defect before reporting to the development team. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes, Madhu.
And what is failure here? Failure is deviation identified by the end user while using the system is called a failure. See? So if you are unable to find this defect during the testing phase, we have different pages, right, in a software development life cycle. In any software development model, we'll gather the requirement and I'll do analysis and designing. And after that, the coding will done, and after that, testing team will perform testing. Right? So if there is defect or issue not found by the testing team during the testing phase, and it is directly went to the production. Now it is live, right? This is live on production. Anybody able to see these bugs or issues in the production team? That means if you're not found out it in the testing phase, will call it as a failure. That means it's a failure product. For example, this is a minor issue, that is fine. And if it is a major issue like any logo change or any functionality change, or if somebody is trying to create purchase one product and when payment page is happened, during the payment page, the amount is not deducted by the customer. There is a lot of issues, right? Functional issues and major issues for the payment issues. It is a very big loss to the client. I mean, for owner of this Amazon. As a customer, I'm able to log in and purchase any one product and trying to make a payment here. Okay, if I'm trying to make the payment and amount is not deducted from the credit card or debit card, then it is a big failure, right? And it is on production. We missed that bug on the testing phase. Then we will call it as a failure simply. So what in such a case is what they have to do? The technical team should stop this website. So literally they will route this URL to don't navigate. They will route this to different pages without accessing all these products and all, because we have a lot of problems or major defects are there in the payment page, right? In the payment while giving the payment from the different type of products when I'm purchasing these products. During that phase, they have to stop this URL and wait for the bugs fix, and again they will deploy it to the production. So that's about the failure process. When we call it as a failure means we are unable to find the bugs during the testing phase. So that is the major difference between error, bug, and failure. You can call it as a defect, bug, or issue also, usually issues. That also comes under this defect or bug only. Now, let us understand why there are bugs in the software. Can anybody think about it? Why the bugs in software? What could be the reason the software have bugs or issues or defects? We have a well organized teams, development team, and we have the business analyst. Everybody understand the requirement and develop it accordingly. And testing team, well-trained team is doing their testing and they are performing as per the expectations. They do all type of testing, regression testing, retesting, and they will perform system testing against the requirement, client requirement. They will read every test case and perform each and every test case. They will do. But still, why there is bugs in software? Does anybody think about it?
It may be reason of human errors.
Yes, of course.
Time constraints like integration issues.
Yes, that is also one issue. Any other? Okay. So why there are bugs in software? Who is his name? Who is right now speak? Who speak right now?
I mean, Venkata.
Yeah, Venkata. So as you said, it's a human error. What is mean by human error? What you said is correct. So what type of error it is?
Developer may introduce errors in the code due to oversight or misunderstanding the requirements.
Exactly.
I mean, like a typothetical errors.
Correct. So what you said is human error. What do you mean by human error? Means what human will make some error? They miscommunication. They miscommunicate something what they have understand and they will convey it in different way. That is also human error, as you said, miscommunication or no communication. And software complexity. So let us talk one by one. For example, I will say give an example. So in a project team, okay, in a project team, hope you guys are able to see the font, right? Should I want to increase me? So how many people are there generally in a project team? Does anybody know? I will let you know. Whatever. So there will be a BA. We will call it as a business analyst who will gather the requirement, and there will be a developer. Dev team will be there, and testing team will be there. Okay. What else? UX or UI designer will be there. There is a product owner. And Scrum Master who will facilitate all these meetings. So we will call this some Scrum Master. You'll come to know all these terminologies while we are explaining the software development life cycle. Okay. So basically, business analyst will gather all the requirements from the stakeholders or product owner. Okay. This guy job is gathering the requirement. Okay. Gathering requirements. He will understand the client requirement or product owner requirement, and he will explain to the dev team. Dev team, they will understand and they will design their code according to the requirement. What dev team job is? Designing the and analysis. They will do some analysis and design the code accordingly. Okay. What testing team will do? They will perform testing. As per the requirements. And at this testing, we'll do multiple testing again. That will come again later, like system testing, regression testing. So testing team will perform testing. These UX or user experience, or we will call it a user interface. These developers are different, not part of this development team. So these people also developers only. So these are, we'll call it as a UI designers, not technical developers. They will design the website. They will use some wireframes. They will, before developing the code, they will show the blueprint, how the output will be like this. So we will show, for example, if you take any villas or gated communities or in the infrastructure team, they will give some blueprint, right? How it would be after completion of the project, like that. They will give some blueprint. So the development team, they will integrate the code and give the requirement. What product owner will do? He is responsible for his the product. He is responsible for the application. Okay. And Scrum Master. Scrum Master is nothing but who will facilitate the meeting. Okay, he will facilitate the meeting. If there is any issue between developer and testing team, he will coordinate during the status call. Every day we will be having some status calls, right? Okay, regarding that issues or expected client requirement or any doubts and all. So these things will be taken care by Scrum Master, I think. So basically what will happen here? Miscommunication or no communication. These people have different understanding and they will speak together. They are not stick together, right? They will be working for different locations, onshore, offshore, on different countries, and they will set up a meeting, WebEx or webinar. Okay, they will just understand the requirement. So during that phase, there might be some miscommunication regarding the client requirement. So because we are delivering the product among these many people, when we are working with multiple people, we should be very careful to understand the requirement accordingly, whether it is the correct or not. We should have a proof, not a written. We should have a written communication, not oral communication. So that's the reason in a software field, we should have a clear communication through email for each and everything. Then we will say there is no miscommunication. If we talk about them in any telephonic or WebEx and the oral communication, and if when we are implementing it, and then clients say that our product owner say that I didn't tell that, okay, then it will say my products are not developed according to my requirement. He simply say that. Then again, development team have to change their code, and again it has to be tested. So these are the miscommunication or no communication. And software complexity, right? When you are working with multiple modules, see this application even consider, because why I'm considering again and again this application, we have a lot of modules there, and it's a big huge application. You can see there are many products or different type of sellers or different type of products and different type of pages or modules, and each and every category have different type of modules here, which you can see. So when we are working these many large modules, again we will be going to get some miscommunication or software complexity issues because of this, these many components and multiple integrations. It will be integrating with the different payment systems while checking out that product. Okay, and programming errors. Programming errors we have seen already. It's a human error, and when we are giving some instruction to the program, and when it is failed, again it will throw some error, and that should be find out during the development testing. So development testing also will be performed. The development team people will do some integration testing. Basically, they also will do some testing. What we call is integration testing, unit testing. We will say, okay. Testing team will perform the system testing. Okay. Are you clear, guys, so far? Any questions from anybody?
Maybe I have one question. Actually. I mean, what is the main difference between business analyst and product owner?
Yeah. Business analyst and product owner. Yeah. So the business analyst is, as I said before, he will gather the requirements, first of all, from the clients or stakeholders. or BRS document, we will say. We will create some BRS document, business requirement specification, or we will call it as a SRS, system requirement specification. Okay, or we can call it as a customer requirement specification. So these
Okay.
jobs, okay, business analyst job is to create this documentation, business requirement specification, system requirement specification, or customer requirement specification. Everything is same, so it depends upon the organization. They will use some terminology. It can be a PRS, SRS, or CRS. The job is to gather the requirement and create the documentation accordingly and hand over it to the dev team. Product owner, he is responsible for monitoring the complete application. He will own the application. Okay, he is responsible for the complete application. He will perform some end user testing basically. Yeah. So end user testing, nothing but he will act as like a some end user. See, I am here and there is application. Some Google Maps are there. I'm just using it as an end user. He will act as like me. Product owner, please act as like me as per a real user. He will act as like real user. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he will own the application. He will act as like a user.
Okay.
Everything he will be taken care of. If you feel something, for example, if you feel that the application is not working properly in some point of view, as an end user, he will again inform the development team. I don't want this feature. For example, if you can see, he will go through everything as an end user. He will log into it, and you can see that when we hold mouse over.
Okay, he won't mean if we find any bugs while doing this testing, like as an end user. So if he finds any errors or anything, he will directly go to the dev team or business analyst.
No, he won't go for any business analyst. First, it depends on the issue. It
Okay.
depends upon the issue. That is what I'm explaining. It depends upon the issue. For example, when we click on it, we are able to see the drop downs, different type of products here. Sometimes this is as per the requirement only, but the product owner observed it again, and he clicked on it and he is able to see all the products. Sometimes product owner feels like, I don't want to click here. I just want to mouse over it like this. I just want to mouse over like this so that all products should be displayed. But same functionality should be applicable here also.
Okay.
Okay, he feels like that as an end user. He is comfortable with that feature. Then what will happen? He will directly go to the business analyst in that case.
Okay.
He will directly go to the business analyst and he will ask to change the requirement.
Okay.
Sometimes what happens if it is as per the requirement, but it is displaying very small font here. Like in that case, also will go for the business analyst. And if it is not as per the requirement, even though the customer is clicked on it, but it is not able to display it. When it is able to click on double click, then it is displaying. Then the product owner will go to the development team. I want to single click on it, don't want to double click. In that case, they go like this.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other question?
I'm good.
Any other question from anybody? Did you understand what is the flow of the project team? Okay. Yeah. So programming errors we have discussed already. So changing the requirements. Yeah, that is what we are discussing currently. So keep on changing the requirement. After developing that complete that product team or the customer keep on changing the requirement. I want to display products not here. I want to display in middle of this web application, or I want to display right side, not in the left side. I want to see with the search box in the middle of this application. These are the keep on changing the requirement that is very difficult for the development team, because within the we need to deliver again the deadlines, right? We have to deliver the product within the deadline. And if customer keep on changing the requirement, is very tough to the development team. And again, with the burden for testing team. They have to retest it again as per the new requirement. So again, testing team will perform the testing and they have to give the quality product. So this is keep on changing requirement also when we will be approaching the deadline. So 2 months is within the 3 months deadline, 2 months is already completed, and we have 1 more month is there pending, and testing team is performing the testing. After that, again customer will send the requirement, and development team will develop the product accordingly. Again, testing team will have to perform testing. What will happen? We have only few weeks only. In that case, what testing team will do? They will do very high level testing. They won't execute each and every test case because they have to deliver their product within the deadline, right? So if we keep on changing the requirement also, there is a chance to a lot of issues will be there. And lack of skilled tester. See, this is also one of the most important things. So when we are hiring any freshers, any TCS give some off-campus site, they will directly go to the institutions or they will go to the colleges and hire freshers, and they will give some training on the manual testing or automation testing or any other language like Java or .NET. So if we haven't used such a kind of training, they can directly pull into the team. As a fresher, they can directly pull into the testing team or development team, and if without any proper training, if they include them into the team and ask them to implement these things, again they don't know which type of testing they have to perform and what phase we have to perform. What is the different teams will be available? If you have any questions, whom we need to consider, we need to consider, like consult end user testing or response, who is product owner, who is scrum master, like that. We should have an aware of all these things about the team and about the application and about the software tool that they are doing, manual testing, what kind of testing you have to do. So these are the things organization should give before hiring them for a few months, potentially for 3 months as an intern or fresher for 3 months. They have to give all these training, then only they will be able to find the issues or they will report it accordingly. So this is what lack of skill tester. Am I clear so far in this slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thanks for confirming. Now, what is meant by software development lifecycle? So this is what we are discussing about now. So this is project team explanation, right? So far, so we have already discussed high level what is which team will do what is like that. So basically, let's understand what is software development lifecycle. We call it SDLC. Software development lifecycle is a process used by software industry to design or develop and test high quality software. So they will follow some process. Everybody has their own responsibility. Development team will do development, testing team will do testing, business analyst will do gather the requirement, and production will do as the end user testing, like that. But which kind of process they have to follow? There will be a process, right? Everybody have their own process. Each and every organization will follow according to their process. So basically, this aims to produce a high quality of software team meets the customer expectation. So because customer this also depends on the customer also. For example, I am the customer and you are somebody is a software company. So I will ask them which kind of software development life cycle you are following. They will say some waterfall model or spiral model, like that. I will say no, I want the agile model. Why? Because I have flexibility with agile model only. Okay, and what the service company do? Sure, we will follow that agile model and we will develop your product in a agile process. Understand, guys? So it depends upon the customer also. So because why I am saying is I am flexible with that software development life cycle model, because in that model I have some flexibility. I can keep on changing the requirement and I can keep on updating the enhancement. I have all this feasibility or flexibility. That's the reason I want a career process. And the service-based companies will allow it, and they will do accordingly. They will hire all these people and Scrum Master, product owner, QA and dev team, and ask them to do development. So, and in the interviews also, they will ask me, are you familiar with Agile process? Something like that. Let me understand you guys more. This company is there. This is a service-based company, right? Service-based organization. And everything. Google, for example. Product-based company, right? The product-based company. So they want to design a new system. For example, already we have Maps, Google Maps already. They want to develop some, again, ChatGPT kind of application. So they want to develop this application in a Agile process. So they will come to this service-based company. I want, because this is completely service-based company, we have a lot of resources and they can develop, they have dev team, testing team, and all. They will hire people for this Agile process. So they will ask the question like, are you familiar with Agile process or not? So all testing team, dev team, and the business analyst and product owner, everybody should be familiar with the Agile process. Like this. So they will hire these many people and develop these products accordingly as per the Google requirement. Google also have their own development arm, but they will focus on the outsourcing team on the maximum. They will maintain their product with their people, but most of the things will be done by the some other clients only, service-based company. Like that, they will follow their own process. If you can see how many type of software development life cycle we have. See, these are the models which we are discussing. Please follow the guys. We need to understand very clear about this process. Right? Waterfall model, incremental model, spiral model, V model, Agile model. So when we are going through that content, I have explained this waterfall model, right? So waterfall model is designed at very beginning of the industry. When the software industry is on beginning stage, they have created the waterfall model and they are developing the product or project using this waterfall model. This is one of the software development life cycle. Incremental model, spiral model, V model, Agile model. Everybody have their own software development life cycle. In our organization, we are following Agile. In some other organization, they will flexible with waterfall. So it depends upon the client requirement and flexibility and project. They will choose the model first of all before developing it. If the product owner comes directly, sorry, the product client is coming directly with the requirement, they don't develop it directly by using the requirement or BRS document. They don't start it. First, they will choose the which model we have to develop this product, in which way, like that. Let us go one by one. This is waterfall model. Okay. So as we can see, these are the different phases and stages from inspection through completion. Okay, there are different phases here. Requirement analysis. This is one of the phases. System design, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance at the end. So our project team will perform their role each and every stage as per their roles and responsibilities. First of all, requirement analysis. What we call, who will perform requirement analysis? Can anyone say? We have seen here, right? We have project team here.
Business analyst.
Correct. So he will perform the requirement analysis and create this BRS, SRS, or CRS document. He is responsible. Business analyst will go to the stakeholder or client. He will have some initial meetings and get some all the requirements and he will understand high level and create the documentation, and he will give back to the client. Again, he will understand, he will review it, and once the client is accepted, then this will go for the next phase. So this requirement analysis is done by the business analyst. Okay, and it will go to the, once it is accepted by the client, then it will go to the next phase, system design. Who will perform the system designing? Who will perform system designing? System designing phase. Which people perform in the project phase? Yeah, Lata, please. Lata, I see you have raised your hand. Lata Reddy.
USP.
Yes, correct. Not only UX or UI team, even developer team also will be included, because these people will design their product how it should be after completion. These team will actually design the functionality, internal functionality. These are the high level design or low level design we will qualify. Okay, these people will do low level designing. Sorry, some high level design. We will call the high level design. HLD we will call in the software terminology. And these people will do low level designing. That means they will implement as per their design. They will integrate the functionality, actual functionality. So when you buy some product, guys, when you buy some product in any like a Big C or Oppo, something like that. When you go to the showroom, you will see some dummy pieces, right? Normal pieces, dummy pieces. That will be very replicate to the actual phone. So those dummy pieces will be developed by the UX or UI designer. And the internal functionality, actual software or operating system will be developed by the dev team. Did you understand the difference between UX designers and development team designing? Understand? Hello?
Yes, Madam.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this system designing phase will be developed by the both the development team and UX or UI designer team. So UX or UI designer will do some actual designer how it would be, and they will integrate the actual functionality development team. Now implementation. Implementation is completely responsible for the development team according to the requirement. So the only here dev team only will be involved here. So they will create all the requirement, they will do all the analysis, and they will go through to all the analysis document and design the low level designing, and they integrate the code, and they will implement some methods and create some code to develop that functionality. Everything will be implementation phase. So this is the implementation phase of it. Now coming to the testing phase. So once implementation is done, the complete code will be deployed to the testing team. Okay. The testing team will have their environment. Okay. Environment will be QA1, or we will call it as QA2 or QA or UA. Development team will have their own environment. Their one, their two, like that. So that means the same code will be there in their environment. This is a replication for the actual code. For example, you can say the URL will start like this. Day one. Flash like this. Like that, will be having different type of environments. They will deploy their code into these URLs, but before going to the production, like this. So these people will deploy this code to the QA team. QA environment will be different. This will be same as like this. QA1, QA2, like this. So they will develop their code, and they will do some testing from their end by using this environment, and they will deploy this code to the testing team. So now testing team will perform their testing in the testing So that we call it as a testing phase in the waterfall model. And next, coming to the deployment. Yeah. So once the testing team also perform their testing in this environment, they will deploy it to the actual environment. So once they will give some certification, everything is fine, no bugs are there, and we are done with our testing, they will give some sign off team. Your team will give some sign off. That means everything is performed testing and we can deploy to the actual environment. Okay, this is the actual environment, that is we call it as the production. Prod. We will call it the prod. That is nothing but a maintainable. Once the deployment happens to the production team, then it is maintenance phase. That is, the client will maintain the website or whatever the product which we are developing. So during this phase, from requirement analysis to maintenance, what you have observed in each and every phase? Can anyone following? Can anyone confirm what is that? What is the common here? What is the observation that you have observed in each and every phase? If you really see here, each and every phase, people are performing their own role. While requirement analysis doing only BA is playing their role, and system designing only development or UX designer are playing their role, and implementation phase, nobody is not involving any of these other phases. That means it depends upon each and every phase. So testing team is depends on the implementation phase, means development how to perform the testing, development team, and then only it is coming to the testing phase. After the testing only it is going to deployment. After the deployment is happening, then only it is going to the maintenance phase. So that means we have dependencies on each and every phase. Other team is depends upon the some other team, right? So that is the drawback of this waterfall model. Nobody should not involve in when it is in some other phase, right? So that is the waterfall model. It is applicable for this model is suitable for basically what? Very small project. Okay, very minimal project or very minimal team, like that. Understand, right?
So product
Yeah.
owner will not come into this waterfall model.
Sorry,
Product owner.
product owner will involve in here only,
Yes.
implementation phase only. He will come into that.
Okay.
So basically, product owner, because in the agile process we have the product owner role, but product owner we don't have specific role as a product owner in this phase, in this waterfall model. That he will come in the agile model basically. In agile model we have those roles, but in waterfall model that role will be played by some other person, same as business analyst.
Okay.
will be.
Okay.
We don't have
Okay.
specific designation in waterfall model.
So here the testing team will give the final sign off to deploy into the production.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are different advantages and disadvantages for this waterfall model basically. So because when we talk about advantages, before the next phase is development, each phase must be completed, right? And suitable for small projects where requirements are very less or well defined, and this should be performed with quality assurance testing before completion of each stage. And when we talk about the disadvantages, what we have, error can be fixed only during the phase, right? Until unless it is coming to the testing team, implementation phase, once they are done with the implementation phase, first they will perform the testing and it will be deployed to another testing team. And when we say it is not suggestible for complex projects, when you are working with many modules with large teams, you know guys, so project is not developed by single project team. This kind of teams will be there. This is the project team one only. Like this, when we are working with a large project, these complete team is working on the any one module of this application. For example, they will work only on this particular module or some other module or card page, account page. So these are different modules, right? This entire team is working on one module. Like that, we'll be having multiple teams project team 1, project team 2, we will call it as a different name. The squad, the scrum team, okay, hard squad, we will call it some different name. Each and every team will have their own name, team name. Like that, each and every module will be developed by the different project teams. When you are working these many teams, an integration will be missed differently. When you're working large project, that's the reason this waterfall model won't be suggestible for complex project. It is only for single team, single project with the minimal modules, then only it is suitable. Okay, and it is very less cost also. So I think we are ending up with not 10 more clock live. So I want to give some more minutes for question and answer. If you have any questions, let us discuss so far. I think it's time to wrap up. Please ask the question if you have any question. Anybody? Let us have more interaction, guys, so that you will understand more. So if you ask the question, I can deliver more than the content. If you don't ask the questions, I will deliver only my content, right? I forgot to allow some of the people. I just allowed everybody now. Please ask the question. I hope you understand everything, right? Regarding the waterfall model and what is software development life cycle, everything. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, guys, I think it's time to wrap up. So we'll meet again tomorrow and we'll discuss more topics. And until then, very nice talking to you. Nice. Okay. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.